Hi guys, welcome to this free hoop tutorial on the one-handed coin flip by me, Emma, at hoopingmad.co.uk. This is the trick that I get asked about most when I'm out and about, mostly when I'm doing it with two hoops, which you can find in part 2 of this tutorial. I would recommend that you do the whole of part 1 before you move on to part 2. This trick is actually part of the Silent Reversals online workshop, which will be available pay for download at hoopingmad.co.uk. So the variations we're going to cover in this tutorial are the one-handed coin flip to isolation, the one-handed coin flip to figure of 8 with the penguin grip, a one-handed coin flip to isolation turn, and also a one-handed coin flip to throw. We'll cover these each in turn, starting with the right hand. So we're going to start doing the coin flip in the right hand and just getting that standard motion with the isolation. So I'm showing this from the side so that you can see the positioning of the hoop against the small of the back, and that's what I want you to concentrate on for this section. So we're spinning the hoop backwards with our back to the hoop, so the hoop is parallel to the front of our body. You're going to grab the hoop when the hoop is at the top of its swing, so the hoop will be resting against the right hip. You're then going to bring your hand up to the top, and if you concentrate on what's happening with the hoop on the small of your back, the hoop's rotating across the small of your back. You're then going to twist the hoop so it actually rotates over the left hip, so it's touching the left hip and the left side as it goes round, and then you can pull that into an isolation at the front. But the key really is keeping that really close contact of the bottom of the hoop with the small of your back and your side and your front as it goes round. So keeping this contact of the hoop with the small of your back and your side in mind, we can now concentrate on what the hand does. So you're spinning the hoop backwards behind you, so your back is to the hoop and the hoop is parallel to your front of your body. You grab the hoop when the hoop is at the top of its swing so that the hoop sits framing you and your hand is at your right hip. You're then going to rotate your hand upwards in an isolation so your hand ends up directly over your right shoulder. You then rotate your thumb outwards so that you bring the hoop in front of you, rotating that hoop on the left hip. At this point, you're in the perfect position to continue with a standard one-handed isolation in front, which you can do from this point. Here's the same thing shown from behind. You're spinning backwards on your hand behind you so that the hoop is actually parallel to the front of your body. Notice that my feet are facing forwards and I'm twisting to get this rotation behind me. I make the grab when the hoop is at the top of its swing, so when the hand touches the palm, I make the grab. This frames me in the hoop and I can pull my hand all the way up to my shoulder, then twist my thumb outwards so that rotation is happening on the left hip, and then get the hoop to rotate in front in a standard one-handed isolation. And this should come quite naturally. You shouldn't have to force the isolation. Your hand should be in the right place when you get there. If you're not comfortable with the isolation, you can do this move, and as soon as you get round, just spin the hoop in front of you. Here it is shown again from the side, so you can really clearly see that rotation on the left hip. So you grab the hoop to get it to frame you, then pull your hand up to above the right shoulder, twist your thumb, and you can see that it's actually fully rotating on the left hip. It's actually touching the left hip at all times as it goes round, and then that brings you directly into the isolation in front. You can also end the coin flip with an isolation turn, Most of this move is about the footwork, so if we concentrate on the feet, my feet are quite wide apart. When I do the stop, up to the top and twist, it's my left foot that steps backwards 180 degrees, and this allows me to twist all the way around to the front again, ending in either a spin or an isolation. So if we look this time not at the feet but at the hand, so the hand grabs at the bottom, it comes up to the top, so it's framed, it does the twist, and then as you pull down it does the full circle, and the turn means that you don't have to do any sort of grip switch. Shown again from the back this time. Again, you can watch the footwork. So I grab and I come to the top, and then as I'm coming back down again, my left foot takes one big step 180 degrees so it can twist all the way round back to the starting position again. You can also end the coin flip in a penguin figure of eight. I'm not going to cover the penguin figure of eight itself. That's actually covered in the Twins Separating the Hands online workshop. But if you already know how to do it, when you grip at the back and do the coin flip round to the front, you isolate down to about 6 o'clock, which puts your hand in just the right position to tuck your hoop in behind you and do this figure of eight forwards with your pinky leading. The next variation we're going to look at is the throw, which is really, really useful when you're learning this with two hoops. Start spinning behind you in the same way as you were before, and you do the coin flip as is normal. This time, as you come round, you bring your left arm up and just throw directly underneath that left arm to catch back in the right hand again. If you watch the right hand as it throws, I actually just extend my fingers out rather than gripping and throwing. So as it goes under, I just extend my fingers upwards so the hoop flies over the top of the left arm. You can see that more clearly here. So you can also do this in the left hand. So you spin backwards on your left hand so the hoop is behind you. You grab the hoop when the hoop is at the top of its swing so the hoop frames you and your hand is at your left hip. You then drag your hand up in a half isolation so your hand is above your left shoulder. You twist your hand outwards so that it rotates over your right hip, and then you can go straight into the isolation. You can also do the iso turn from the left hand. So you're spinning on your left hand backwards, you grab, bring the hoop up and twist it round. As you go down, it's your right leg this time that steps 180 degrees backwards, and this allows you to do the full turn as you twist all the way around on your feet. So we can show this a little bit quicker. So grab, round, the right leg comes back and twists all the way around. Another option for this, if you're spinning backwards, is the way that I normally go, because I'm so used to moving my left foot, is when you grab and you turn around, instead of bringing the right leg backwards, you can actually bring the left leg around the front, and this does exactly the same thing, but will require you to pivot round your right foot rather than just doing the step and untwist. But it's just another option for you when you're doing the turn. So the last thing I'm going to show on this video is how to do the penguin figure of 8 from this point. So you're in your left hand, you go up to the left shoulder and bring it down. It's actually at the point where your hand is at 6 o'clock at the bottom of the hoop that you can actually pull your hand into your hip and pull this into the penguin grip figure of 8. In this case, I actually did a full isolation first before I went into the penguin figure of 8, but it doesn't really matter. It's just when your hand is in that 6 o'clock position that matters. So it comes round and comes down, and when it gets to the 6 o'clock position, you can pull your hand to the back. Right guys, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I apologise for all the voiceovers, but it really was really windy that day, so you weren't going to be able to hear me otherwise. You can see part 2 for the 2 hoop variations, and the full version of this trick and loads of other variations on it are part of the Silent Reversals Hooping Mad online workshop, which are available at the website hoopingmad.co.uk, and you can also join the Hooping Mad online learning group. And there's loads of cool new workshops being added all the time, so hope to see you soon. Okay, bye!